Once there, the representatives of teachers demanded that the court set Supriyani free. The rally went peacefully under heavy police escort.
Untuk menyampaikan kepada mereka, mengingatkan kepada mereka, mereka seperti itu karena ada guru. Mereka harus tahu sejarah Bapak Ibu Guru, bahwa ruh daripada pergerakan yang ada di Indonesia hari ini, ruh peradaban yang ada di Indonesia dan di dunia hari ini, tidak akan pernah ada dan mustahil kecuali diawali dari guru. Ingat Jepang ketika Hiroshima, apa yang dia cari? Dan Indonesia hari ini, kalau ada yang mengeluh kenapa Indonesia hari ini begini saja, stagnan dan tidak baik-baik saja, pasti jawabannya adalah karena guru juga tidak baik-baik saja.
Moving on, 23 students at State High School 8 in South Tangerang, Banten recently contracted chickenpox. School authorities found that the virus originated from a student who took mid-semester exams back in September.
The administration of State High School 8 in South Tangerang, Banten has implemented lockdown and remote learning in response to the virus. 23 students have been affected by chickenpox as of Thursday. The school found that the virus originated from a student who took mid-semester exams in September.
South Tangerang's Educational Agency High School Department Chairman Dedi said the chickenpox epidemic prompted him to issue a letter for the implementation of remote learning until the end of October. Meanwhile, the 23 students who are suffering from chickenpox are currently undergoing treatment in a number of community health centers.
Pada saat tanggal 23 sampai 27 ada ulangan mid semester di sekolah, di mana ada satu siswa yang kebetulan kena cacar, dia ikut ulangan, sehingga kita indikasikan dari situ terjadilah penyebaran dari siswa itu ke siswa yang lain, karena kebetulan sebagian besar yang kena cacar air dan gondongan itu di kelas itu.
Oke. Anaknya sendiri sekarang di rumah?
Anaknya hampir semuanya anaknya semuanya di rumah sekarang.
Iya. Berobat jalan ya?
Berobat jalan. Ya.
Untuk kejadian di SMP 8, pihak sekolah sudah melakukan koordinasi dan konsultasi dengan puskesmas tempat, yaitu di Kecamatan Keranggan dan Setu. Hasil dari rekomendasi puskesmas tersebut bahwa pihak sekolah harus melaksanakan beberapa kegiatan yang diantaranya melakukan pembelajaran jarak jauh ini untuk upaya mencegah penyebaran penyakit tadi untuk tidak meluas lagi ke peserta didik yang lain. Artinya PJJ ini dilakukan dari mulai tanggal 17 Oktober sampai dengan 14 hari. Mudah-mudahan ini kasusnya tidak ada lagi penambahan karena memang pihak sekolah sudah berperan aktif koordinasi dengan pihak dinas kesehatan maupun puskesmas.
The UNESCO recently held a press briefing to coordinate tsunami warning and mitigation activities before the commemoration of the 20th anniversary of the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami.
In addition, around 130 countries have joined to take part in the global tsunami mitigation.
Head of the Indian Ocean Tsunami Center, or IOTIC, Ardhito Kodijat, said that Indonesia has a larger potential for tsunamis and earthquakes compared to other countries. Indonesia is surrounded by the Ring of Fire, which makes earthquakes rather frequent in the country.
Some earthquakes can be small enough to avoid public attention, but can still be detected by adequate equipment. Moreover, the IOTIC head explained that Indonesia has an average tsunami occurrence of once every 3 years.
He also confirmed of the mega thrust earthquake, which caused the Indonesian government to issue a public warning. Now the Indonesian government need to identify which thrusts must or may have that capacity and prepare the public accordingly.
What the people should do, basically, they have to be aware that they're living in this potential threat and build up their preparedness, understand about the natural warning, and understand being prepared in terms of knowing exactly where to go if something happens. Remember, with the mega thrust, the tsunami might be big, so they need to make sure that they identify this evacuation place really out of the areas that is potentially be inundated if something happens.
And now it's time for us to take another break here on the C Morning Show. But after the break, we have Paul to bring us some sports updates. So, Paul, what do you have for us this morning?
Thanks, Sarah. So there's been a cross-country matchup in football between Putasip and the Lion City Sailors. They played out to a 1-1 draw. We're going to cover some of the highlights from that. We've also got some news in regards to the World Weightlifting Championships. Indonesia is set to send 9 athletes to compete at the World Weightlifting Championships in Bahrain. Hopefully it'll be less controversial than the football match that took place there recently. We've also got some news in regards to Aldi Satya Mahendra, who is going to go up a class in WSSP to the 600 level. And also Fernando Alonso, in other racing news, will be the first driver to race in the 400 Grand Prix in Mexico City. And last but certainly not least, my football team, Barcelona. Yes, they finally come out on top after 4 or 5 last tries in the UEFA Champions League against powerhouse Bayern Munich. And yes, they certainly did well. 4-1 was the final scoreline. We'll cover some of the highlights and results from there as well. All that and more when we return here on the C Morning Show. Stay tuned. Your Friday morning sports update is coming up next.
Of happiness. It is not something that is sought, but they create it themselves with the simplicity and luxury of the nature that they love.
Hopefully, by watching this show, you don't just see beauty of tourism, but you can also realize that we live side by side with other creators. See you on other episode only on the Travel Note.
Only on the Travel Note.
Because life is
seni itu ya hidup. Kita hidup di dalam seni, kita membangun seni itu sendiri. Jadi kita menjadi satu bahwa kita hidup di dalam seni. Seni itu udah jalan hidup saya ya Mas ya.
Hello, citizens. I'm Sandiaga Salahuddin Uno, Indonesia's Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy. Happy 4th anniversary to See Today. May your commitment to quality content and Indonesia's global perspectives continue to inspire and enlighten us all. Here's to many more years of expanding horizons and seeing the world through the eyes of Indonesia. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Ya, orang memangnya Raja Dangdut itu ya, saya sendiri nggak tahu sejak kapan ya. Tapi kan semua itu yang masyarakat.
Ya, maksudnya waktu aku workshop lagu itu aku ngerasa kayak ini relate banget sama aku. Jadi ya udah deh aku ambil.
At the age of 21, Leodra can be considered one of the brightest singers in the Indonesian music industry. Despite the fierce competition, Leodra stands out as one of the most prominent artists.
Hello, you're watching C3 Updates with me, Indra Marpal.
The latest from Indonesia and the world.
Over 200,000 Palestinians workers without jobs.
Presented in an accurate,
expected to reach 4.95 meters.
Timely and up-to-date manner.
Democrat Tim Walz and Republican J.D. Vance run after each other's running mates on Tuesday.
Only on See Today Updates every Monday to Friday at 2 and 4 p.m.
Happy 4th anniversary to See Today. On behalf of the ASEAN Foundations, congratulations on this remarkable milestone. Your role in broadcasting stories that connect cultures and foster understanding across Southeast Asia is commendable. We are excited to see how you will continue to inform and inspire our audiences in the years ahead. So, congratulations and all the best.
Welcome back. You're still with us here on the C Morning Show. It's 6:45 in the a.m. and time for your first Friday morning sports update, beginning with some football news from the AFC Champions League, where Putasip Bandung had to settle for a 1-1 draw against Singaporean team, the Lion City Sailors, at the Jalak Harupat Stadium. This now has kept Putasip Bandung at the bottom of Group F in the AFC Champions League with a single point. Persib Bandung failed to secure all 3 points after they were forced to a draw by the Lion City Sailors Singapore at the Jalak Harupat Stadium in Bandung Regency on Thursday. Persib Bandung pressed the opposition in the early minutes, but Lion City weathered their attacks. Persib was able to take the lead when Dimas passed to Taron Del Pino, who found the back of the net during the 43rd minute. The scoreline did last until the end of the first half. However, Lion City dominated the second half and equalized the score at 1 apiece just 4 minutes after the break, thanks to Bailey Wright's header in the 49th minute. And just 1 minute later, Persib Bandung was down to 10 players as Dimas Drajat received a red card after fouling Bailey Wright. Persib Bandung escalated their offense in the final 6 minutes, but the Lion City defense held firm and the match ended in a 1-1 draw. This means that Persib Bandung will now remain at the bottom of Group F, while Lion City continues to occupy second place with 4 points. And in other sports news, the Indonesian Weightlifting Association has selected 9 athletes to compete at the World Weightlifting Championships in Bahrain on December the 6th.
The Indonesian Weightlifting Association has announced that 9 of its senior weightlifters will be competing at the World Weightlifting Championships in Bahrain on December the 6th. They consist of 5 men and 4 women, including Natasha Beteop, Nurul Akmal, Riko Saputra, Rahmat Erwin, and Olympic gold medalist Rizky Juniansyah. Maintaining peak conditions has become one of the challenges for weightlifters who participated at the Olympics and National Sports Week. However, Indonesian weightlifting team coach Pirja Wiharja believes that the upcoming event is an opportunity to evaluate their performances and assess the competition level among weightlifters in Asia and Southeast Asia.
Sebenarnya programnya sama aja yang dengan dikasih sama pelatih yang sama yang sebelum-sebelumnya kayak gitu kan programnya. Cuman ya dari di latihannya mungkin kayak lebih kena-kena terus agar sampai juga ke pertandingannya, karena pelatih juga sering bilang kalau misalkan sering di tempat latihannya sering kena terus tanpa ada latihannya yang jatuh-jatuh.
Terutama atlet pesaing kita ya, yaitu negara Tiongkok itu memunculkan atlet-atlet juniornya. Kemudian negara tetangga kita juga Thailand, Vietnam itu ya sama lah dengan kita ya. Kita prediksi ya saingan di kejuaraan dunia mana-mana sangat ketat juga.
The association has also selected 2 men and 2 women weightlifters to compete at the ASEAN Youth and Junior Weightlifting Championship in Doha, Qatar on December 18. See Today contributor reporting from Jakarta.
We've got more updates from another Indonesian athlete and Indonesian rider, Aldi Satya Mahendra, who has returned home after winning the Supersport 300 World Championship. He's now set to ascend to the World Supersport 600 next season. This was announced in a press conference with Yamaha in Jakarta on Thursday.
Indonesian rider Aldi Satya Mahendra becomes Indonesia's first ever Supersport 300 World Champion for the 2024 season. The Yamaha BR Cross rider won the title from all 8 races of the series with a total of 221 points. The 18-year-old Mahendra showed off his trophy in a press conference with his Yamaha team in Jakarta on Thursday afternoon. Meanwhile, the Yamaha Racing Indonesia also ensured that Mahendra will move up to the World Supersport 600 for next season.
Ya tentunya dari segi fisik, dari segi mental saya harus persiapkan itu semua karena menggunakan motor yang cc lebih tinggi itu benar-benar fisiknya harus kuat ya, dan juga dari segi mental juga harus karena ya persaingan 300 dan juga 600 itu sangat-sangat berbeda.
Although Mahendra is yet to be determined which team he will join, Yamaha has confirmed that he has a seat in an Italian-based team. The 2025 World Supersport 600 season will span 5 months with a total of 12 races across Europe. CTV reporting from Jakarta.
back on top for the first time.
And in other racing news, Fernando Alonso is set to achieve a historic milestone this coming weekend by becoming the first Formula One driver to compete in 400 Grand Prix as he takes part of the race in Mexico. Fernando Alonso will become the first driver in Formula One history to compete in 400 Grand Prix when he competes in Mexico this weekend. This marks a monumental milestone that even Alonso did not think he himself would reach. To commemorate the occasion, he met and greeted his fans at a shopping center in southern Mexico City. The Spanish driver left Formula One at the end of 2009. He won 32 Grand Prix in 2 Formula One World Drivers' Championship titles across 21 seasons. And finally, some more football news coming your way, this time out of Europe, as after 5 meetings that had always ended in defeat, Barcelona finally managed to avenge themselves against Bayern Munich at the UEFA Champions League. Barcelona finally erased their nightmare of facing Bayern Munich in the Champions League, as after 5 consecutive defeats in previous meetings, Barca, under the guidance of their new coach Hansi Flick, avenged those losses with a resounding 4-1 victory at Camp Nou. Flick, who had previously led Bayern to success, is now making a huge impact at the Catalan Giants. He has managed to return the team to winning ways, even making the club seem as if it's back in its glory days of the Pep Guardiola era. This victory has firmly established Barcelona as one of the stronger contenders in Europe's most prestigious competition. Not only is the score significant, but this win also holds a special meaning as Barca finally avenged the